Morning, Larry. Robert, how are you? Adam, P Gapper. Hey, Marshall. All right, now YouTube's going. I'll just need the market to go up, and we'll be in good shape. There he is, right there. We're trying to see if we're gonna get the Roger bump in the market like we did yesterday. Hey, Chuck, away from California. Nice. It's Chuck Miller. So there we go.
There we go. Okay. All right. Here we go. Say panelists, recording on. Only 120 people in
I
here. What's
know.
going on,
I'm
Matt?
looking.
Yeah, what happened? Find out. Uh, good morning, everybody. Ken, Zoom user,
Looks
Petro.
like there was no Telegram.
No?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm-mm. Not good. Mm-mm-mm. I have to tell her. That's not good. Why don't you just send it right now, Matt?
I'm trying to get a link.
Yeah. Just give it a second, folks. We'll be starting in just a few minutes. Oh, it's all good.
Just want to make sure I don't invite them as panelists.
Yeah. Actually, there's a couple of stocks that I'm looking at right now. Oh, one of them is already on my list. I was about to add a stock on my list that was already on my list. I was actually about to add two stocks to my list that were already on my list. So we got this, we got this. I'll be talking about all of these in a few minutes. I'm just looking at up and down my list. Let me share my screen. Did you send it out, Matt?
Working on it.
Hungry cannibals. Looks like Bank of America is building a base. While we are waiting, I'll just share my screen. Okay. All right. Got email, but no text or tele. What about text? Did you guys get your text today? What about text, guys? You guys get a text message? Well, I see that Matt just sent an alert that Trading Pit is live right now.
Hopefully that link.
Is that the right link?
I think so. I got it from Zoom, but
Oh, all right. Then that should be the right link.
I just can't click on it because I'm already in.
And no text. This is not good. Let me tell her that too. That's really weird. All right. You receive a text half hour ago? Oh, text is here. Okay. All right. So you did receive a text. Okay. There's no YouTube feed. What? Matt, how dare you? All right. I'll go ahead and start.
We're live.
Oh, we're live on YouTube. Okay. You did get the text. Correction text came 30 minutes ago.
Look, this is the
But
link to the YouTube right
no,
here.
All right. I'm glad we just sent it ourselves. Okay. All right. All right. I'm sure the room will fill up as we go through. It already has quite a lot of people in there actually as we speak. Let's get into all the good stuff now. So, starting off, stock market, as I mentioned, this week is very unpredictable. I really believed, and I still believe, that we can continue going higher if the earnings today are good. I think one of the biggest factors that didn't sit well was the fact that Tesla earnings were really bad. And the truth is, you know, this is one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of Elon Musk, because he's a bullshitter. Okay. He lies. Okay. Oh, earnings are bad. We're going to come out with new cars. They're going to be cheap. Well, okay. What stage are you in development of these cars? Has anybody seen a working prototype? Um, you're supposed to start having these cars out and testing 2 years before they come out. I haven't heard anything yet. Like cheaper cars, that's very vague. What are these cars going to be called? What kind of power are they going to have? No, he's not over optimistic, Ken. He's a bullshitter. There's a difference between being over optimistic. I can be over optimistic sometimes. This guy's a bullshitter. Just to come up, it's in his head. Yeah. I mean, hey guys, my company did bad, but listen, I'm going to come out with this new program next year and it's going to make you all rich. That's what he did. Like, you don't do stuff like that. That's just nonsense. Yeah, exactly, Adam. He just invented the statement on the fly, and that's what gets me. That's why I don't like this guy. That's what bothers me about him. He thinks he's smarter than everybody else. And when you think you're smarter than everybody else, it's not a good go. He just lies. That's just a lie. That was just a total lie. There is no cars that being worked on. You know how we know? Because Motor Trend and Car and Driver, they get paid to spy and report on all of this stuff. And if it wasn't Car and Driver and Motor Trends, I could assure you all the shareholders would have that information. I agree with you. He's been and it's coming to fruition. It's coming to fruition. But here's the thing. People are up onto him now. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Some proof. That's what I said, Cyrus. Some more details. Okay. What are they going to be called? How much horsepower are they going to have? Um, how much less are they going to cost? Hey guys, I'm going to come out with a system next year and it's going to beat everybody and you guys are going to love it. Matt, maybe we could start working on something in 3 months. I mean, that what is this? You're right, Kirk. I know a lot of people like that, and people listen, unfortunately. Yeah, I already did that. Yeah, so again, so looking at the stock, and I'm not talking about Tesla so much for that. I want to say that Tesla comes up. Is uh Tesla is big because we thought that Tesla's, if the earnings were good, and I actually thought earnings were going to be good and the stock was going to do exactly this. Um, I thought that was going to give the market a big boost, but it sort of kind of did, but didn't, right? Um, yeah, right. So Tesla, let's talk about Tesla. Now, I drew this, I moved this line. I'll put this line back here. I've had this line here too. Here, right here. Are you putting something in, Matt? No. Whenever I hear you typing fast, usually you're putting something in. So we have this channel. I did not change this lower end at all. Okay. They will, Jeff. They will. So I drew this to you. Now, I said yesterday that I think Tesla, and I used this because we were here in this room. So I used this line. I didn't use the bar chart one. And I said, I think we're going to come up here. And I thought we were going to come right up here and come right back down. You guys remember me saying that because I said it. If not, you could look in the audio video. I'm not, there's nothing to it. And I could be wrong. We could be coming up and going all the way up. But I did say that. I did say that. But I actually thought that the earnings were going to be good based on reality, not on we're going to come up with a cheaper car in the future. Like, what? Okay, thanks for that, buddy. I appreciate that. So this is the daily chart of the stock. The stock, let me go 5 minutes. The stock rallied, it gapped up, it now filled the gap completely. Not completely filled the gap. It's now on the, it now is in the gap, not filled the gap, in the gap. Okay, in the gap. So, and if we go further down, it would solidify my thought on the stock. But I don't think him saying that is going to cause real heavyweight institutional activity to move into the stock. Notice Bank of America upgraded the stock based on that. That makes them look like, right? Like it. We're not. I mean, we're not analysts, and we're like, what? You're gonna just take his word for it? You're just going to take his word for it like that? I mean, you're not going to ask for any proof? I mean, I'd love to call him on it, and I hope somebody does call him on it because he's just full of it. Yes, eventually every company's going to come out with cheaper cars, right? Blind love. Anyway, I call it bullshit, excuse my French. So I think the Tesla is going to come right back down here unless we see real news and real data. And I think so too, Karen. I think they got paid. I think they got paid off big time. Big time. I didn't want to say it, but I agree with you. I think so too. Yes, we're going to make cheaper, better cars. Yay, we're done. That's all we wanted from you. Have a nice day. I mean, that sounds like something that would happen in a third world country with like a king, right? With a dictator. Like we're in America, all right? Good, 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 good. Yeah, I mean, we're in America. We need a little more information than that. Exactly, Ron. Exactly. Okay. Yeah, it is manipulation. So I think Tesla's going to drop from this point on. But again, I'm very skeptical because I don't know what he's going to say. If he doesn't say anything, keeps his mouth shut, we already filled this gap. I think we're going to come right back down, and we're gonna come right back down to this level. I don't see us going up on this level because we rejected all of this right here. And that's on top of the fact that his Cybertruck got recalled 2 days ago. All of them, every one of them. By the way, did you see him pulling a fast one with Kate Perry? Did you guys see that one? We will, Ron. We will. We will. Did you see the Kate Perry? He got Kate Perry to do a he got Kate Perry to do a picture of her with that new truck saying, "I love my new truck." You know? Why in the hell does he always talk down the stock price? I don't know. All right. So QQQ, let's take a look at QQQ real quick. QQQ not looking as good. This will change if Meta earnings are good after the market closes. Okay. I think this will change. And I'd love to still hit the 50-day moving average from the SPICE perspective. Chart. We're pretty close, but I want to see if we're going to close near the upper end of the range or the lower end of the range. I still believe that this is just a rotational market and the technology is going to come back up today. And hopefully blue chips too. So I'm seeing a lot of volatility today, which is typically happening. Exactly. VIX is up, but let me show you something on the VIX. VIX is up, but look where it is. It's here. It's not up here. It's not spiking all that much. So to me, the market is telling us we really don't know what we want to see right now or what we want to do yet. We just don't know. I'm not buying this downtrend yet because I think this is just volatility, which we've been having. All right. So that's what I've got to show you there. Mixed market. As far as Fed data is concerned, we've got a little report tomorrow. We got a little report tomorrow. It's called the GDP. Okay, and it's happening at 8:30. I think personal consumption expenditures will be a little higher. I think we're going to go towards 3%. Quarter over quarter, I think we're going to look at how wide. This means that when it's this wide, that means they have no idea what it's going to be. What I'm hoping is that quarter over quarter, we start moving a little bit lower. Okay. The bond market is going to be the big. Let's put this here. What is this? The stuff may all be true, but the Model Y is still the best car I've ever owned. Try one, Roger. All right, I'll try it. What would you tell us? What would tell us that this is not a rotation and the market really is going lower? Great question, Thomas. That's what I'm about to talk about right now. I would want to see the bond market. I would want to see the bond market start really breaking this level right here, the 87 level. And I would want to see volatility, the VIX on a daily. I would want to see the VIX start coming back up here, up to this level right here, much closer to the upper end of the range. Till I see that, this is just volatility. And with the fact that we've had two really good strong days is good. I'm not still convinced that this market's going to go down today. I think this market is still rotational. Also, if you look at, one second. If you look at the sectors, and here's the other thing. You asked a good question, Thomas. Look at the sectors. You notice down 38, up 4, up 12. The only sector that's really taking it under the chin is industrial. Everything else except for industrial is flat. That means there's not big commitment outside of industrial to the downside of any major sector. Like technology is only down 0.41. This is not anything lower than 1 is not committal. So to me, this looks a lot more like a range market outside of industrial, which is one of the reasons why the Dow Jones is taking it under the chin. But I don't think the Dow is doing a great job of pulling the Nasdaq down because most of these sectors, like consumer cyclical tech, they're not down all that much. And if you look at them, they on an intraday basis, they look like they're this is not a massive move. This is not a huge move. You know. All right, and if you look at the QQQ, which we'll look at right now, same thing. It doesn't look like a massive. This is not a massive directional move. This moves like a directional move goes like this: sideways, down, sideways, down, sideways, down. This looks like someone just took a nice little selling pressure and took the market a little lower, and now the market can V back up the other way. All right. News just reported Tesla will start a cheaper car in 25 and ready for 27. Yeah, guys, the kid's going to get his bike in 2.5 years. I mean, 2027? We're in 2024. Let's see what stock is doing based on this news. Yeah, it's on the low of the day. He's struggling. He's struggling right now. He is struggling. That's just nonsense. Anybody can, any car company can say that because they'll have a new model ready by 2027. So basically what he's saying is he hasn't started it yet. He hasn't started it yet. Well, that's great. Do you think folks want to put their money behind a car that hasn't even started yet? Right. That's exactly. The kid gets a Tesla in 2027. He'd be lucky if it's still a company in 2027 if he keeps going this way. A driver's license, exactly. All right, all right. So, markets, a lot of choppiness, not a lot of directional bias. Today's Meta earnings and Google are going to give it a 1-2 punch. We have to be very careful. But Roger, we want to take advantage of this volatility. Yes, I know you do, but you want to take advantage of this volatility not during earnings because you're not putting yourself in a good position. Elon is just... Well, that's the thing I've always had a trouble with. I could barely manage one job. How does this guy manage so many companies? Main media roasting Elon. And I bet you they're saying exactly the same thing that I'm saying right now, Arturo. Give him a break. No, that he doesn't get any breaks. People put money behind this. No. You give someone a break when it's fun and games. This is not fun and games. He's just flat out BSing you guys. Is a voting machine a short term uses against? Exactly. All right. I don't know about the CIA. All right. So choppy market, very little directional bias. The market is very confused right now. It doesn't have a clear direction. It's really looking for earnings. I'd love to, and GDP. I'm not expecting a lot of another reason. Somebody else, this was a really good question. What would make me think that? Another reason why I think the market is rotational today is because of the GDP, because we have the GDP report tomorrow. And large traders are not going to make big bets ahead of the GDP report. So I think when you put together the GDP, when you put together Meta, when you put together Google earnings, I think it creates a lot of uncertainty. And that puts me in a position where I have to be very, very careful. With that said, let me give you some stocks that I absolutely love. With that said, also, I'm seeing a lot more stocks coming up on my radar to the upside. And I'm still seeing some really good stocks to the downside. So maybe when I get out of here today, I can put on some trades for you guys. I looked at their ad before they went on the air. They would, so age, who would have guessed? He should have looked into their ad. Oh, I don't know. Repeat the meta trade. No, I'm not going to repeat that trade. I gave you that trade already. Can you give Tony the YouTube link? All right, let me get through my trades for today. To the short side first, long side second, okay? Let's do it that way. I've literally repeated that trade 2 days in a row already. All right, let's look. We got the 5-minute here. We got the daily here. We got the Hakanashi here. We got this here. Let's go. Uba, 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 Uba. This is the 5-minute. This is daily. Uber looks bearish right now. Uber looks like it's falling over. Looks like the best days are behind it for now. I'll put my stop loss probably right at the 73 level. And I would probably wait for it to get to the VWAP before making a sell. I would be looking at the we would be looking at 16 days out is fine. Actually, I prefer 23 with this volatility. Let's go to the 70 delta right here. Let's go to the 71 put. Next one. Oh, by the way, this is what I forgot to tell you. I kind of brought it up in Telegram channel, but China, the 200-day moving average is right here. If we move above the 200-day moving average, we could see some firepower from China. Gaston, that's a gap to green trade. I'm not going to talk about that trade here. Please use the appropriate members area for each trade. So with that said, look at Lee Motors. Lee is not being good. About $28. 23 days out. Right here. I'm sure this is a 70 delta right here with no open interest at all. 26 puts right here. Come and get it. 3-cent spread. No liquidity at all with a 3-cent spread. Why? Because the market maker's nice. Do you really have to look here to determine if the spread is wide or no? No, you have to know what the market maker's doing. And all you have to do that is look at the spread. I've taught you that long time ago. Right? Now you don't look at this anymore, right? You only look at the delta, the spread, and the put. Hopefully, by me doing this every day 20 times, you guys will get the habit of doing the same. I don't care how much open interest it had. All right, let's continue. Next one, X. Ooh, look at X. Look at US Steel. Looks uglier than Elon Musk today. Yes, I said it. Above this pivot right here, 39.90. 23 days to go. 72 days. 72, excuse me, delta. Spread is not bad. I mean, you could work this order and get a better price. 38.50. Now, it's interesting. I put this on my list, and then I put it on my list again. I forgot it was on my list, and I put it again. I did that to 2 stocks today, and I'll tell you what those stocks are. Oh, actually, one of them is Uber. Uber was on my list, and this is on my list. Las Vegas Sands. Stop would go right here. about 47, maybe right here, about 48. I wouldn't be too close on that one. I would go about 23 days out. I would go to the 72 Delta, nice tight spread with zero open interest. Everybody else tells you you got to make sure open interest is high and volume is high before you do a trade, right? Really? Really? Look at the spread. Look at the volume here. I mean, the spread here, and look at the spread here. Is it really all that different? No, they're not all that different. So you'd want to go to the 72. You can work this. You'll get a perfectly tight spread here. I promise you. Or you could do this one 68. It's got a 17-cent spread, 47.50 right here. This is fine. It's close enough to 70. May 17th, LVS, 47.50. PCD. Whoops, wrong ticker symbol. PLD, excuse me, PLD. Nice little consolidation here and a breakdown. I like the stock. Put my stop right here, about 106, 107. 23 days to go. 78 delta. 110 put right there. Oh, look at that, Matt. We got our 320 people here. I get that in the morning videos without anything. You know that now, just with the Telegram channel. Nice, Brett. You go ahead and get that, Matt. Nice. Oh, that's the other thing that's not looking beautiful. Thank you for reminding me. Matt and I were going to talk about that. Look at consumer staples, how they're running up. That's a defensive sector. That's not good for the S&P either. No, John, it doesn't go by platform. You don't have to look at volume. They'll make volume available for you. CB. On small cap stock, it varies by volume. On large cap stocks, no. We only do large cap stocks. Chubb. Look at that. Nice clean breakdown. I would imagine earnings. I would put my stop right here at the 8-day, about 247-ish. 23 days to go, about 78 delta, 250 put right there. New core. Ugh, 2 days in a row. Follow through, baby. Follow through. Look at that. It's not good. Stop loss right here. 186.20. 75 right here. 182.50. Sure it does. See ya. It reverses all the time when we get into the high. That's why we lean on the daily chart. Support told me it expired. Well, if it's expired, expiring and no volume are two different things. There may be not enough volume at the price. That's maybe what they're saying, but there's always, price. New core we're doing right here. May 10th expiration. Yes, May 10th expirations right here. You could go this one. 68 delta is fine. 180 call. Put him in. Put. Let's continue. PPG. We're almost done to the short side. This one looks like it's setting up for a nice down move right here. Stop around 134. 16 days to go. 73, 134 put. If you need more information on that, John, you can email me and I'll expand on what I just said. All right. This is the second stock that I rode the stock twice today. This one in Uber, it made it on my short list twice today. I may want to short the stock. The only problem is it's got support here. I think, Matt, this is why you didn't like it, right? Because it had support right here. Is that it? Is that it? Yeah, it does really have strong support here. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Probably better once it gets past that support parabolically. Yeah. But I do like it. So let's hold off on this. I didn't see all this. Matt did. So now I'm seeing what he was talking about. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That's it for the short side. Let's now talk about the long side. I tried to put stocks on my list today especially the short side, that we have not had a while. And by the way, Tesla on the Pro Trader dashboard just got a down sell arrow. Just I just happen to have it on, so I'm sharing on high volume. In the and by the way, notice where it got clipped, right where it started going below today's low. Look at that right there. Isn't that cool? Right below today's low. Man, I love the Pro Trader dashboard. If you guys don't have the Pro Trader dashboard, you're missing out big time. But I think most folks do actually. All right, upside stocks. Let's talk upside stocks. Yeah, Peter. Well, you don't have to do anything. I'm just pointing out that there's a signal right now to short Tesla after it went up and it's now coming down and it's in a downtrend. And well, you could kind of figure out the rest yourself. Uh TCOM. TCOM. Yeah, that's on my list too, Thomas. Right here above the breakout level, we have a nice ascending triangle here with a nice pivot. Your stop would be right here, about 48, upper 48. You would go 23 days out to the 74 delta, which is a 48 call. Vista. Vista Oil. Stock does not look bad. I'd prefer go up a little bit more before taking my shot, but I don't hate it right now. Stop would go right here below this pivot right here. About 41, 40, mid 41s. 23 days out, 88 delta. Uh, and 40 call right here. 40 call right there. Next, EQT. Right here, we would put a stop loss at 36.90. We would go 23 days out to the 72 delta, 38 call. Next one, Kellogg's. I don't know why it took me so long to get this one on my list. I guess they got a different ticker symbol or something. Wasn't it K before? Or is it a different, is this a different company or is this like a variation of it? You guys know? Because Kellogg sounds like Kellogg's, right? But stock is, well, let me see how K is looking. You know what? That's Kelnova. Multiple companies. Got it. Got it. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Right here, we have a nice nice breakout, and I like consumer defensive stocks right now. This may be a swing trade, but a stop would be near the 2021 area. 23 days to go. 75 delta, 2250 call right here. Schwab. Now, Schwab is a little different than Wells Fargo or Bank of America. It's more like a credit card merchant right now. The reason is a lot of folks who keep their money there use it as a bank, but what they do is they use it as a revolving credit card. So they're becoming more and more and more like a credit card company. So I would consider this more in line with American Express or Visa or MasterCard versus um, uh, like Bank of America or things like that. It's just a different type of a bank. But I do like them still. I would put my stop, and I've given you this stock several times over the last few days. Is it really, Adam? My MX card is through them. Yes, through Schwab. Yeah. Yeah. They're becoming a very different company. I like what they're doing. I like it a lot, but they're becoming a very different company. But you did have a profit on two different calls. Good. All right. Around 72.80. 23 days to go. We're looking at 78 delta. We're looking at a 73 call. Another financial stock that I like, Interactive Broker. I think Interactive Broker could have some upside. Remember, I'm not screening for earnings, so you will have to screen for earnings. 111-ish, 111, 112, somewhere in that ballpark, right around this red line right here, right there. 111.80. 23 days to go. 79 delta, 110 calls. Benji, I'm going to tell you, a lot of folks leave them and then they come back to them. They're not that bad. They really are not that bad. They're not good if you do futures. They're very expensive for futures, but for stocks, they're not that bad. It could be a lot worse. Yeah, Cyrus, that was the third stock that I did talk about EQT today, right? I did. Yeah, that was my third stock to the long side. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Next one, MLI. Yeah. Maybe a little overdone. I would wait on this one. I would wait, or at least if you really like the stock, wait till the end of the day and make sure it starts closing near the upper end of the range. Let's just skip it, okay? Boot. Did you guys get your boot on and your Levi's? I know I gave you guys, remember Renaissance of the Cowboy? Yes, I can. Remember Renaissance of a Cowboy? We talked about it. Cowboy stocks. I gave you this stock, Levi's, and I gave you Boot. I gave you, well, Boot is on my list again. Cost is not on my list. Oh, good. Get that from Brett, Matt. Levi's yesterday. So right here would be my stop loss, about 100. Texas Roadhouse was on my list this morning. In the morning call, Kirk, you were there. The option for this would be 23 days out, 78 delta. This is spready, so you're probably going to have to do this one right here, the 59 delta. This is spready. This is spready, so be careful. You may have to work the order. I've shown you how to work the order before many, many times. You started the bid and you go a little bit till you hit the offer, or you started the offer if you're going the other way and you hit the bid little by little. Usually you'll get filled at the halfway point. CFR. I like this stock, and I like how it's breaking out above this level right now. This is very nice. Very, very nice. As long as we have some more momentum, this will give you a little pull. About the 110-ish area. 23 days out, 84 delta, 110 call. You could definitely get this one off. I regret not taking this trade, but the night is still young. Matt, Alexa, when is earnings for Tyson Foods? May 6th. Alexa, thank you. Stop. Thank you. All right. Sure likes to talk, doesn't she, Matt?
Yep.
All right, all right. So I like Tyson right now. About 58, 56. I really like this stock. And I like defensive stocks too. Right here. Here's your sweet spot, 69 delta, right there. I won't tell anybody it's lower than 70. 60 call right there. You can go to the 59 if you want. I won't, nothing wrong there, but this is okay. I like the stock and I like how it's reacting right now. Responded to you in my study. All right. And then Procter and Gamble, another consumer defensive stock. Consumer defensive, consumer defensive, and consumer defensive. I don't like these candles because they can really mentally shake you out. I mean, this is the meat of the move, but 162 to 159, it's got a candle to it. So it can have a wide range. When you trade this, you can expect some volatility. I would put my stop, because of the volatility, I would keep my stop probably about the 156 level. And I would go 23 days out. I would go to the 67 or the 82, either the 157.50 or the 160 call on Procter Gamble, May 17th expiration. You're asking me about Tyson? I think I gave you that. I think that was 23 days out. I believe it was 23 days out. Yeah. You can go 16 days, but I figure with the volatility right now, it's not the worst thing in the world. Although we've been holding our trades about a day, 2 days recently. Hasn't been that bad. All right, Matt, why don't you why don't you do seasonality? I'm very interested in seeing what seasonality. Richie, you can go to YouTube and just watch it from the beginning if you'd like. Nvidia, let's take a look at Nvidia. Hmm. Everything, the market is very, very perplexed right now and confused. There's very low, clear directional bias. Very little directional bias right now. Oh, I like Netflix. I'm talking about right now. I don't know what's going to happen right now. I think Netflix is going to start filling. It's going to continue filling this gap as long as the news is good in the next couple of days. I don't have any thoughts on Google pre-earnings. I don't really have a lot of thoughts pre-earnings, but I can tell you this, that Google beats its earnings about 75% of the time. This is why I believe that for the number, if you're looking at it from a numbers game, then if you're looking at it from a numbers game, probabilities are on your side. Yeah. Gaston, I don't understand your question. Same thing with Meta. All the FANG stocks, they tend to beat earnings about 70 to 75% of the time. Yes, most of the trades that we're picking today are swing trades. This is not a day trading environment. There's too much unforeseeability. Maybe for a little swing, but this is more of a swing trading period. And I've been doing mostly swing trades. There's a trade on that I don't want to mention. No, Uncle Thorne, there's no trades on Google that you forgot to mention. No. For what service, Uncle Lauren? Tell me. You can go ahead. Please mention it. Please feel free to mention it. You can mention it because I know there isn't one. There isn't one. Matt, confirm there's no Google anywhere, is there? No, no. And if you're talking about the trading pit, we got out of that stock like 2 weeks ago. Good, Richie. Google, let's take a look. There's no inverse. Who's this talking about inverse hammer on Google? No, it has to. Okay, guys, first of all, patterns, uh, uh, candlestick patterns only are effective at the close of the day unless you're looking at intraday data, and they're not effective on intraday data. So we don't know if this is going to end up being a hammer. That's why you only look at candlesticks at the end of the day. Just want to make sure we're on the same page. So this is not an inverse hammer. This is just this is remember what I told you guys, one of the biggest dangers you can make is make something that's random non-random. Remember I mentioned that a few times? Don't take something that's random and make it. This is just a random price action. There's really nothing going on here at all. Just nothing going on here. Yeah, Lauren, we don't have a Google in any program. I would never, ever, ever put on a trade before earnings. Matter of fact, last Friday, I was dying to put this trade on. I was really, really wanted to get this trade on. Okay. And I didn't because Monday was earnings. And I didn't do it because I didn't know what was going to happen with earnings. And I would have been okay. It would have given me, it would have been all right. But yeah, not there. How do I feel about COR? Let's look at COR. I don't feel anything about COR. It's just building value around here. It's worth what it's selling at, 237 right now. I don't really think anything of it. Yeah. Yeah, that was Cam took the trade I gave you today on in the webinar. Yeah. Pepsi, I talked about Pepsi. I like all the consumer staples. I'm looking to potentially take a consumer staple stock for an overnight move, especially with these cockamamie earnings on tech stocks coming out. So, yeah, it doesn't look bad. And it rebounded beautifully today. I started the show off showing you XLP and showing you how it was. Look at the intraday chart on XLP. And somebody asked me what I think about the market, and I said the fact that XLP is going up is not. Yeah. Yeah, you can always switch and Uncle Lauren, you can always switch and tell me privately. Just switch, do what PM says. You can always do that. But I'm promising you, we don't have a long trade in Google. All right, Matt, take us through your seasonality and we'll wrap it up. What is this?
You just size note, by the way.
Oh, I just now. I just seen it now. Yeah. Go ahead. Whoop. There's Tesla.
All right,
There's
here.
Tesla. Go ahead.
Was it dropping?
Yeah, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing.
Okay. Let's see. Here's the long side. It looks a little healthier today than the previous days. Tech actually looks pretty strong, 82% for a profit factor. Communication looks good too. That would make sense. They tend to move together. And financial is actually pretty strong.
And just want to add, notice seasonally bank stocks are strong. Well, what do you think? Why do you think they're strong right now? Because earnings are always this time of year every single week.
Yep.
Go ahead.
If we move to the short side, not a lot there. Honestly, there's really nothing there. Look at all these profit factors. They are low. So even if the accuracy was there, which it's not really, you lost money on almost everything. So we throw that out and we look at 10-day hold. It's starting to look a little bit more bullish. It's not been great the last few days, but outlook seems to be turning around. Industrials looks really strong. Basic materials is very strong. Other than that, those are probably the two biggest ones. The number for today is 310. So that actually is a little bit strong to the long side. So showing the bullish bias quite a bit. MasterCard looks interesting.
If you guys shorted Tesla, 10, 15 minutes ago and I told you about it, just let me know. Post it in the chat. Go ahead, Matt.
Still sliding.
It's just kind of going down, but it's down about $1 since we called it.
Yeah. Nice. The number on the short side is very small. It's 53. So that's even better for the long side. So seasonally, definitely moving towards the bulls being in control. And then we'll just check out 10-day hold. That's also very strong. I don't have any picks today because of GDP tomorrow. I'd rather wait.
Right. It's a big report, guys.
Yeah, but that is seasonality, slightly bullish. Tech seems to be getting stronger. Those are the big takeaways. And that's it.
Where's our, we have, hold on a second. See if these guys are coming in here. Oh. I thought they were supposed to come in. What is Netflix almost down 18 entry on original? Yes, but it wasn't a call. It was a spread that I gave Penny on Netflix, I believe. And we're not out of the trade yet. So because it's down $18, you want to take it now? Is that it? Because you want to get a deal on it? Is that it? I'm just trying to understand your logic. Let me know, Penny. Send me an email. All right. All right. I think that's it. I think we're out of here. I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic day and send me any emails. Penny, feel free to send me an email and I'll discuss it with you privately. But I think if anybody did not get into that trade I gave for gap to green yesterday, probably wait till tomorrow, till after earnings and GDP report. That would be the smart thing to do. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Hi,
Have a great
everyone.
day. Have a great day, everyone.